Nirvana were always a chronically misunderstood band, and in many ways they still are. Throughout their career, they were loud and proud allies of feminism and queer rights. Unfortunately, their massive success, paired with their raucous sound and sardonic habits, meant that many of their messages got overlooked or forgotten entirely. But make no mistake, Nirvana's music is loaded with social messages, and their words were regularly backed by their actions in public statements and interviews. Let's take a closer look. Kurt Cobain was raised in the small town of Aberdeen, Washington, an upbringing that helped shape many of his worldviews. As a teenager, Cobain found that he didn't really fit in with the town's culture, thinking it was small-minded. In a 1993 interview with John Savage, he explained how this affected his views on women.
I just always felt that they weren't treated equally, and they weren't treated with respect, especially because of the way that Aberdeen treated women. I mean, just in general, women are totally oppressed in small towns like that and all over America.
You can see this reflected in a song like Being a Son, where Cobain reflects on the biases he saw against women. This song is sung from the perspective of a misogynist father who abuses his daughter simply for the fact that she was born female.
She should have died when she was born. She should have won the crown of thorns. She should have been a son. She should have been a son.
This perspective on women's oppression can also be seen on Sappy, a song that dates back to a late 1980s demo. In this song, Cobain sings of how women are often shamed for their sexuality and discusses the ways that men can be controlling and emotionally abusive of women.
And if you save yourself, you will make him happy. Keep you in a job, and you'll think you're happy.
The chorus of Sappy sings, "You're in a laundry room," hammering home the message about domestic servitude. While Aberdeen birthed many of Cobain's feelings towards women, his feminist leanings were really brought out when he moved to the nearby city of Olympia. Olympia was the epicenter of Riot Grrrl, a movement of underground feminist punk. Cobain was good friends with some of the women driving this movement, including Toby Vale and Kathleen Hanna from Bikini Kill. In fact, it was Hanna who inspired the title of Smells Like Teen Spirit when she spray painted the phrase, "Kurt smells like teen spirit" on a wall. The Riot Grrrl movement frequently and openly discussed issues like domestic abuse and rape, themes that would make their way into Nirvana's music as well. One of Nirvana's most famous songs took the issue of rape head on, "Rape Me." The song stirred up controversy, but it's clearly an anti-rape song. It sings of the truth that people are often raped and assaulted by those closest to them.
Rape me, my friend. Rape me again.
The chorus of the song brings up the fact that sexual assault is astoundingly common.
Am I the only one? Am I the only one? Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
In an interview with Spin Magazine, Cobain explained the defiance that he was trying to get through on the song. "It's like she's saying, rape me, go ahead, rape me, beat me, you'll never kill me, I'll survive this." In a 1991 interview with NME, Cobain shared some of his thoughts on rape, thoughts that still hold relevance today. The problem with groups who deal with rape is that they try to educate women about how to defend themselves. What really needs to be done is teaching men not to rape. Go to the source and start there. It's pretty remarkable that this was a conversation Cobain and Nirvana were having nearly 30 years ago. Their approach to these topics was uncomfortable. They wanted to bring to the public eye the brutality and frequency of these crimes. Polly is an example of just that.
Polly wants a cracker. Maybe she would like some food. She asked me to untie her. She's a very nice for a few.
Bassist Chris Novoselic explained the meaning of this song in that same NME interview, saying it was based on the story of the abduction of a 14-year-old girl. The only chance she had of getting away was to come onto him and persuade him to untie her. That's what she did, and she got away. Can you imagine how much strength that took? Unfortunately, this message was lost on many of their fans. At one point, two men even assaulted a woman while singing Polly. This devastated Cobain, who called the men two wastes of sperm and eggs, and said, "I have a hard time carrying on, knowing there are plankton like that in our audience." Nirvana sang about this disconnect between artist and audience on In Bloom, ironically one of their biggest hits. That song is about the fans that represent the things Cobain hated: machismo, sexism, racism, and homophobia. The chorus of the song sings about how these fans love his music but don't understand what it's saying. In case there was any questions as to Cobain's stance, he wrote a clear message on the sleeve of In Utero, the band's final studio album. If you're a sexist, racist, homophobe, or basically an asshole, don't buy this CD. I don't care if you like me. I hate you. In Utero is Nirvana's most overtly feminist album, featuring songs like Penny Royalty, a song empathizing with a woman seeking an abortion, and Frances Farmer Will Have Her Revenge on Seattle, which tells the story of a golden age actress who was persecuted by the media and institutionalized against her will. It wasn't just the words they sang, Nirvana spoke with actions too. They were one of the headlining acts for the first ever Rock for Choice, a series of pro-choice benefit concerts. They also rallied against Measure 9, an initiative to add a homophobic amendment to Oregon's state constitution. At one point, the band even turned down an opportunity to tour with Guns N' Roses after hearing Axl Rose make sexist and bigoted comments. More than just a moral stance, this was turning down millions of dollars because they didn't condone the behavior of another musician. Nirvana are and should be remembered for many things, but I think their feminism and social activism often gets buried. Coming out of the male-dominated rock scenes of the 1980s, Nirvana helped start conversations that are still happening today. In fact, I don't think it's a stretch to say that much of Nirvana's music and many of their actions are even more relevant today than ever before. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I wanted to use this video to bring light to a really good organization. No Means No is an internationally acclaimed training academy for sexual violence prevention, intervention, and recovery for women and children. Their goal is to help end rape around the world. They train youth instructors from extreme risk environments to deliver Empower, a dual-gender course that teaches girls to set boundaries, stand up and defend themselves, and teaches boys to challenge rape culture and ask for consent and intervene if they see a woman being attacked. Stanford University researchers found that in Kenya, Empower dropped rape rates by 50%, and groups like the World Health Organization, the CDC, UNICEF, and the Global Partnership to End Violence Against Children have all endorsed No Means No worldwide. No Means No is trying to spread its program throughout sub-Saharan Africa over the next 5 years, and eventually throughout the entire world. If you want to help, go to their website and leave a donation, or just spread the word and let more people know about No Means No worldwide and the work that they're doing. Thanks again for watching.